Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine, fine Wednesday evening? Well, I hope everything with you is good as we coming to the end of hump day. I hope that you got over the hump, and I hope everything with you today was fine and dandy. And if it wasn't, I hope that your day ended up being just the way you want it. Perfect. So with that being said, I have to talk about some things, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to, well, I know I'm going to read. I got to talk about a few things. And one of the things that I want to talk about is Katt Williams, and it's alleged that Oprah, I don't know how true this is, but it is not for me to say what is true and what isn't. I'm just bringing you the news that it is alleged that Oprah Winfrey put a hit out on allegedly, not a hit, I apologize, but a threat to Katt Williams and saying pretty much keep my name out of your mouth. I don't even know what to think about this, because when you're wrong, you should be exposed. I don't care who you are. Oprah, when Gail went to Oprah crying, Oprah got on air and Snoop Dogg apologized. Now, I don't know, but it sounds like to me, Snoop Dogg is a part of all of it too. Because he did apologize. And apologize for what? Apologize for saying a B? Apologize because you stood up for what you wanted? About the guy that died. And I don't know, was he a basketball player, football? I don't know. But it was a guy, and Oprah said something. Next thing I know. And if this is what it's going to be like, I just don't see, I just don't see Katt Williams. I don't see Monique. And I don't see 50 Cent apologizing. And why should they? Why should they apologize when you're exposing the wickedness? I don't agree. But I tell you this, if anything happened to him, I pity the fool that did it. Why? Because he already told you he's wanted to be Jesus' best friend, Jesus the Christ, the Son of the living God. He wanted to be his friend when he was a child. He said he came in this business to expose Hollywood. So if he's being the Messiah, then I wouldn't touch it. Now, a lot of people, because I've been talking about this Messiah thing forever, I got to run some old tapes. I'm putting tape up, an old one of me, where I'm saying a Messiah is coming. So you might say, who's going to say, let me tell you what a Messiah is. A Messiah is someone who comes to save. In other words, if I was out in the ocean and I was drowning, and you came and saved me, you became my Messiah. That doesn't mean Messiahs was great and perfect. No, they're opposite. What do you mean? They go against the norm. Why? Because they're pulling down iniquity. They're pulling down lies and deception. Does that mean that they are perfect? Absolutely not. Messiahs are human like you and me. Case in point, Jesus Christ was a Messiah, but he was human. Yes? He had gifts and thrills. He knew alchemy, but he studied Torah, and he studied the mystics. He studied for most of his life. So, and what did Jesus do? Jesus went up against the establishment. He called them whitewashed tombs. He damned them to hell. He was against the establishment. They sought morning, noon, and night to kill him. They did. And at the end of Jesus' story, you can't take my life. I lay it down. And I think this is what's going on. Why is it when truth starts spilling and things start coming out, people have lived a wicked life, and they lived with people being their slaves, taking advantage of the small man, taking advantage of the woman that want to get ahead, taking advantage. And now that they are being exposed, the first thing you want to do, well, we don't know how to get them quiet, so we want to just take them out. I can't tell you what is going to become of Katt Williams, but I know one thing: the public eyes see. Now, speaking of that, well, Oprah, let's go on in now where let's speak in again on Jay-Z, right? This is Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is even pulling out, what's his name? I just said Jay-Z. Now, what does that mean? They talking about Jay-Z and Foxy Brown, how she was, 14, 15 years old, 16, I know, she's a young girl. Now, this is where I have an issue. You arrest R. Kelly, but the rest of these people go free. What about what's happening over there in Africa with Oprah, with her school? Oprah is a front. She's a sellout. I wonder how she made it. She played the game. But at the end of the day, her friends was Harvey Weinstein. Who else?
Yes, and Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. And who else?
And Harvey Weinstein.
She was hanging in those cliques, leaning on their shoulders. She ain't never talked bad about them, but she ain't have no problem talking about a black man and bringing them down. One of the things, before I get into Jay-Z, one of the things that I realized, I kept on saying, why is the big thing? I mean, personally, I always have a problem with men wear dresses. I do, unless it's Halloween. And even then, there's so many things you could be that you don't have to wear dresses. But that's beside the point. The point is, I was wondering, what is the big deal? This is what was explained to me by someone. I forgot his name, but it's about belief. It's about a lot of Christians are, a lot of blacks are Muslims, Christendom, coming from these religions where there is one God, where they coming from a teaching where it's an abominable for a man to dress like a woman, and a woman to dress like a man. So when they doing this, they're selling out to their religion. Let me rephrase that. They're selling out to their God and their faith in which they grew up on. This is the issue. This is why so many of them said, I'm not doing it. I'm uncomfortable with that because it goes up against my faith. It goes up against, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to dress like a woman. I'm not supposed to do that. But now when you see The Rock and you see Kevin Hart and you see, oh my God, so many of them that dress white and black alone. But right now, I'm not dealing, I notice a lot of times people trying to put a lot of white people in this. They got their own burdens. This is an in-house thing. What do you mean? What's going on now? This is about black Hollywood. This ain't about white Hollywood. They got their own drama. But right now, this is about black Hollywood. Why? Because this is how black Hollywood treat black folk. So this is what this is about. So when you hear people like Kevin Hart, they start throwing in all these white things, you got to overlook it because it ain't got nothing to do with them. It has something to do with us as a people and how far we done fallen off of the wagon and how we don't love one another. And how we allow fame and fortune to blind us. And many of us, many of them, because that is not me, many of them got to the top, became gatekeepers, and they treat people like crap. That's not even an appropriate word. You have one?
No, I do not. That would be appropriate for you to.
They treat people like scabs.
Low life, maybe?
Low life. They treat people like Katt Williams made a point. He says, look, I help people. I pay my tithes. I like that. I dig that. That means when I go and I make 100, they get 10. That's the way it could be. I like it. Nobody's making him do it. But that is the work of a Messiah. Not the Messiah like the Bible, because Jesus was just an ordinary man, if you believe that, right? He is an ordinary man doing ordinary things in an ordinary world. But because I've been talking about who's going to come up, I'm going to play the video. Who's going to come up? Who's going to speak? Who's going to stand? Who thought I'm embarrassed to say this. Can I say it?
Yes.
I thought it was Will Smith. I really thought it would be him because I thought he was perfect. But he proved this year that he's not perfect. He proved last year he's not perfect. And what I've learned through all of us, none of us are perfect. But we could be perfect for ourselves. So when you see someone exposing the truth, there's a lot of people that don't want to accept it. So if you love Oprah, you're going to find it offensive. If you love any of these cats he's talking about, you're going to find it offensive. But if you stop loving people and love truth, if you start loving truth, that's what you should love. We are misguided. These people are there to fool you. They don't have your best interests at heart. If they did, they wouldn't have all this wealth. Are they doing anything that Katt's doing?
No.
And the thing is, Katt ain't out there saying nothing.
Mm-mm.
People are saying, people are coming from under the woodwork. He did this for me. He did that for me. No. This is how he is. That's beautiful. That is the work of a Messiah. Not the illusion of a Messiah that's in your mind. But even you can be a Messiah if you save someone. Or if you are a cat, I saw on a video, there was this man, this cat brought his cats to him, these little kittens, and he saved them. One died, but he saved the two. That's a Messiah. Anybody who comes and saves you, he came to tell the truth, to shine the light. He came, he's been doing this for years, though, this is the thing. But now we're ready to receive. This is the difference. And you know what? He could be beloved today, and we could turn around and hate him tomorrow. But that doesn't mean that his work go null and void. He came to do what he said he was going to do. And I will be so glad when these people come down. And when we can live Black Hollywood. What I don't understand, you got all this money, Jay-Z, all this money, Beyonce, all this money, Oprah, all this money. Why can't they all get together and have a black something where they do movies? Nope, they tied in to the white world. And what Katt Williams has shown, this is a white world, but I do everything myself. I promote. And when I come on your shows, I don't have to sell nothing. I come because I want to. And I think that entrepreneurship, that's what a lot of them should have. But many of them done trade places with the society. And so that leads me now to go in with Jay-Z. It is alleged that Beyonce has left Jay-Z. She's went and stayed with her mother. I knew that. But she packed her truck, moved in, and she's staying with her mother. And the way I understand it is, this everything is allegedly, but I want to bring it anyway because it's news. And she's got a divorce, but she's not divorced. It's a temporary divorce. It's like a legal separation. They're going to see if they could work it out. Now, let me tell you what I think is going on, which I've already said this. If you go back and look at Hollywood and Holly Witches, if you go back and look at my old videos, I've been saying this stuff was happening. We need that in America. People need to feel God again. And God we trust. Who's going to be the next one that's going to rise up from the pits of hell and from the sea of the people that understand? Will it be a comedian? Why not? Will it be a comedian that begin to help because they understand what it's like to hurt? Will the next man be a comedian that bridged the gap between color and gender? Something is on the rise, and don't tell me I didn't tell you. Right? So, and I knew that somebody was coming down. They coming down. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, it may not be next year, but eventually, before they close their eyes, and even if they close their eyes, they will not leave this earth unscathed. Because it could be a sickness that could humble them. We don't know how this powerful energy works. All I know is when it comes down to Black people, I know that my idea, and should be your idea, Katt Williams, is being the Messiah of Blacks to wake us up, to allow us to see. The only negative thing in it for me is now when I see, what's his name?
Steve Harvey.
And everyone who knows me know I was in love with Steve Harvey. Not like a lover, but I just thought he was funny. I thought he understood women. He just was like white America. Now, when he on, I find myself feeling embarrassed. When he come on TV, I literally feel embarrassed. When I see Oprah, I feel these people make me embarrassed. When I see Jay-Z, I literally. Now, when I see Ricky Smiley, I don't feel that way. I just feel sad for him in a way. But when I seen Cedric the Entertainer, I just find myself where I can't look at them the same. Is that, you understand what I'm saying, baby?
Yes, I do understand.
Say something, baby.
I
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I did feel the same way about Steve Harvey because I enjoyed his Family Feud. So
right
now, whenever it comes on TV, as much as and I even liked his short-lived TV series, Judge Steve or Steve, whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And now to think that all the time that I spent watching him, I can't get it back.
That he's a thief.
He stole my time.
Right. I feel like you stole. So you stole. I'm liking you on somebody else's work. You stole to get ahead. Cedric, you stole. That's sad. And you lied. See, didn't I tell you? If you lie, you'll steal. I tell my daughter that. You lie, you'll steal. If you are good, if you're willing to lie, then you'll steal. Because you're taking something or doing something unlawfully. Right?
Yes.
So when it comes down to Jay-Z, I don't know why this is so hard for me to get to it. I guess because I don't like to see marriages break up. And I'm not saying that they're breaking up. I'm just saying that the word on the curve is Jay-Z. And I'm going to tell you, let me get to Beyonce. Y'all know I just did a reading on Beyonce a couple of weeks ago. The thing about Beyonce, my opinion, Beyonce is that I'm getting the hell up out of here. Things about to go down. And I don't want no parts of it. I don't care what part I played in it. I see Beyonce. This is my own commentary. I feel Beyonce saying, I'm getting the hell up out of here. Me and my 3 children at tow. We are out. And I believe that's it. I can't imagine what it's like to hear he had STDs. She probably got it. If he had then she got it. You understand?
Yes.
So it's got to be horrible. I know if it was me, I would be horrified to hear the STDs, to hear you had to play on young women. It would be too much. And I think this is why she's leaving, because when somebody call you a monster, that's scary. When someone say Jay-Z is worse, and she's not the only one who's saying it, that he's worse than P. Diddy. Woo, child. So she left. And so I'm going to do this because I'm going to see how they work for me today. And I want to know, did Beyonce leave Jay-Z because she knows it's getting hot in here? hot in here.
There goes another one.
There's another one, right? There's another one. And remember, he was close with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
He was close with Diddy. And if they go down, why? This is my thing. Y'all took R. Kelly down, but the rest run free. I have an issue with it because they always in it. And if you grew up, many of you didn't grow up in the 70s. I mean, in the 90s. Many of you was born in the 90s. But for those of us that lived in the 90s and me who lived in the 80s, I see it. I see it so clear. And it's like the chicken has come home to roost. Why? Because this is a new age. And because it's a new age, this is the beginning of things being light shining on everything. It ain't going to go away. Many people think this is a year. No, this is the beginning. This is going to be a revealing until every secret thing is unveiled. What do you mean? You and I may not live to see it, but the day the secret societies, Skull and Bones, Illuminati, all of these names of these secret societies, the Black Caucus Club, whatever they are, the lights are turning on. And I may not be here to see it, but my granddaughter, if you have me a grandbaby, my grandbaby might see it. And you'll tell the story because you'll be sitting back as the historian saying, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Right?
Yes.
You'll be sitting back telling that story. I remember when 9/11. I was a little girl. I remember. And I remember what the world was like. And someone pointed out, I've been listening to so many commentaries because that's all that I can find on my TV. And so many commentaries has pointed things out, like back in the 80s and 70s and 80s, there was nobody really wearing dresses. That stuff was not appropriate at all. Being homosexual out in the open wasn't, oh my God. Oh my God. And now it's like the agenda is, I think in America, I think the agenda is to let everybody be sexually fluid.
Yes, that is definitely the agendas for the Americans.
That's what I think this is they're aiming for.
Yes, that's literally what they're always advertising. Even in movies, there has to be some positive LGBTQ plus community in there. And it's supposed to be for representation. I get
representation of what?
That there are homosexuals out there and that people are fluid.
But you know what I think?
What?
The more we talk about it, what I think is happening is there's a lot of freaky people in the world, especially in power with money. And they want to live out loud. And so they want to conform the world, take us away from God consciousness. And when I say God, I'm not saying God is a man, because if God is a man, then I feel left out. If God is a man, then you can't possibly understand me. That's how I feel. So for me, God is no sex, energy. He's not a man. He's not a he. He's not a he or she, but he is an entity. Neither male nor female in my book, because that's the only way I could serve. I can't see me going to God saying, God, telling a man, I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes, and then to be inclusive, you couldn't, at least for me, I couldn't see myself going to a female, because then I'm just like, even though she could identify with me, I feel like, what about the men out there? The men's not going to want to look up to a female. God.
Absolutely.
It's got to be all inclusive.
All inclusive. So to me, when I think of God, I think of energy. I don't think of a male or a female, because that's the way man thinks. That's what we know. But from what I understand of the Bible says that God's ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. As far as the moon is from the sun, that's as far as our intellect or understanding or having any form of comprehension of who it is or what it is. I believe that. Now, with that being said, I truly believe that Beyonce is on the run. I think that she's leaving. I think that she knows stuff, and I think she's getting out. And I'm telling you, when I seen it, when they did the awards, and they had the special award, and he was asking her to drink, and she turned it down, I could see the continent on his face was like, not that he wanted her to drink, but he knew it was, I knew. And the thing is, I know Beyonce loves him. She loves him. Will they get back together? I think it's going to see how all this play out. Beyonce is not going to get herself tangled up in this. And do I think that Jay-Z, So what we want to know?
You wanted to know if Beyonce was...
I just had to talk about some things.
Yes, was leaving Jay-Z before...
Crap hit the fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe the cards represent this. Could either be the lovers, like, the heart.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Or
that's good. The heart.
Okay, or it could be the book to represent secrets. Or a key to represent unlocking something.
Heart.
Okay.
Because this is a relationship.
Okay.
So we're going to say the heart. So we know we got the heart. And if anything shows up around it, we know it's love. Okay? So let's go for it. Here we go. We got book. That's what you said. Start. Oh, this is a lot. Lately, I said heart because I was like, maybe we should do ring. The marriage. What do you think? No? We said heart.
Yeah, we did say heart when we picked this out. Even though the ring is good, I feel like we should pick the ring.
So we're changing. It's okay. We women. The ring. Symbolizing the marriage. Because sometimes I forget there is a ring. Now add that. Oh, that is the broom. Oh, I never knew that. I never knew. That's what happens when you look at a lot of different cards. Ooh, this is not bad at all. We see a polar bear and we see time.
Okay.
Polar bear and on the bottom, time. So let me see. Let's get into this and let's see what's really going on with this Beyonce and Jay-Z mess. All right. Let me take a gander at it. What do we want to say? Okay. Let me go in. This is what come to my mind. So I can tell you what spoke. I see these flowers. It's a 30, so 3. But I see these flowers. And what these flowers are saying to me is like a death.
Okay.
They don't come off like happiness. They come off like a death. Like you give flowers for sick people. You give flowers to when someone dies. That's how these are. They lilies. This is how this feels for me. Next to the lilies, I see the tower. Like somebody has been pent up. Like Beyonce has been separated from the world. Separated, hidden, like Rapunzel in a tower. You understand? Separated. And I also see a whip as it's time to clean house. On the next row, I see a bridge, like it's time to go. An opening, a bridge take you from one destination to another, either by boat, bridge, or plane, because there will be no other way to get to the other side. And of course, this is about their marriage. Now look at all the things we're saying. I said I feel something like a sickness or death. I said she feels like she's been trapped in a tower, like hidden, like blind, sheltered from who her husband really is. Like she knows who he is, but sometimes we just believe the blessed because love is enchanting. And love will make you see what really isn't there. It could be hypnotic. It could be help me, baby, Crone, you the educator.
Okay. Look, okay, I do like hypnotic, but
right.
Also Enchanted.
Enchanted.
Oh, love can be very bright, enthusiastic, lively.
Right. And when you're feeling all these things, you don't want nothing negative. You can't see it because you engulfed in this goodness. So here I see cleaning house. Here I see a bridge of an escape. And then I see the mirror. This was perfect.
Yeah, that ring is upside down though.
Thank you, baby Crone. So you see the ring. So, and a compass. So to me, it's like, with this compass, it's like she ain't making no real moves. It's like right now she's out. And it's so uncomfortable to me after y'all done spent $200,000 on a mansion and where? In Calabasas?
Yes, they did.
Or somewhere in California.
Yeah, I mean, they was making money moves.
Money moves. Just last year, just within the last, 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
And then I see a boat as somebody, this has something to do with their marriage. So this has something to do with money and moving on. They got a lot. And it's also, I see a well. And when I see a well, I think of water. And when I think of water, I think this water could be stagnant. This water could be fresh. This water could be showing us something. I'm not sure. But there is a bucket for you to go down and get the water. So I do see that. So I'm going to come back and we're going to examine this a little bit more closer about a well. Tell me about a well. And then on the end, could
you pass me a book?
A book?
Yeah, for the well.
No, I want to know what a well means. No. Oh. No. No, you're so sweet. And at the end, after I go and get my overall read on this, I see the sun. So I see she's a mother bear. She's going to look out for her kids. And yet I see all of this is about time. You got the well meaning. What is a well?
Well, I'm trying to actually find that answer. They're giving me all the definitions I'm not looking for.
What is it?
Well could be in good or satisfactory way.
Mm-hmm.
As to have a fortunate outcome.
Mm-hmm.
To praise or approval.
No, that's well. A well, water well. Put water well. Not well, but water well. Like where you get water. I was holding up the card. It was sounding good. I was like, oh, that sounds positive. Sound like they're wetting. Okay. Sound like they're going to get together. I don't know nobody's seen the sun. I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. That's the wrong well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Here, the water well. Any hole that is drilled, dug, or excavated for access to liquids is defined as a well. We are especially discussing water wells, but other kinds exist too, like oil wells and different types.
Absolutely. And that's a well. So like we say, and water is what? Fluid?
Yes, it
is. And water is reflective.
Yes,
Before there was mirrors, people would look in the water and see what they look like to the best of their abilities. Am I right? So this is it. So now let's go over the reading. So what I see about Beyonce, I definitely see Beyonce left. I think it was very calculating. I don't think it was a thing where she just jumped up and left. I think this was very calculated. This is something that she's been thinking about a long time. And I think her mother have a lot to do with it, because remember, her mother left her husband last year and got a divorce. So now it's like this. I think that Beyonce is tired. And I really think that I think what it is, I think what's going on in their lives with Jay-Z, not only his alleged of cheating, because clearly he cheated throughout their marriage. Not only, and maybe she cheated too, is irrelevant, but if she cheated because he cheated.
Yes.
You know, that's what it is. Well, most women, when women love a man, they don't really be out there trying to cheat. You know, when you love somebody, cheating is the last thing on your mind. Okay, you don't want to cheat, and if you do it out of hurt. You do it out of brokenness. You do it out of feeling a need to be loved. There's a lot of reasons why women cheat, because many people say she has a lover. Many people say that Beyonce have a lover. She has another man. I've heard all the stories. I don't care if she have a lover or another man, but I do care about her marriage, and I do care about what's going to become of her children, because money can't fix that. Money don't make everything right, okay? Money do only one thing. It buys you stuff and more stuff. That's it. So with this, I see in their marriage, I definitely see a separation. Why? I see a broom and a whip where she's sweeping. I also see a bridge where she's left. I also see a compass where right now she's chilling. She don't know exactly what she's doing. I think she's going to wait it out to see how this whole thing plays out. Yes, baby.
Yes, I did notice that the pair is out on the table, the compass and the ship.
The compass, the ship, and time.
Yeah. And a bridge.
Everything to do with what? Leaving.
Yep, moving on.
Everything here is tower, where she was trapped, not trapped, but isolated from the world. We see a whip and a broom. So she's sweeping, cleaning up, getting out. We see a bridge. We know we picked the ring. We see the compass. She's at a place where she's contemplating.
And seeking navigation.
Okay, do the ship.
Okay. The ship is showing that she probably doesn't want to.
You should sit up here with me when we read. Okay. And even when I lay the cards, you should be sitting up here from now on, because it's so wonderful when we both give our own interpretations. And now you can truly say, I feel more comfortable reading cards. You hear her over there.
That is true. The Letterman has made me a little bit more confident.
Okay, because they're very easy.
They really
and I will do the Letterman because you can see it. Now tell me about the ship.
Yes, the ship is maybe Beyonce wants to move on, but she doesn't want to mess with her finances. Maybe she's looking at
everything, because they got a lot. Mm-hmm. Okay. And at the end of the day, it just can't be about money. It's always money, but it just can't be about that when you're making a decision about to keep my marriage or break up my marriage, because it's just not about Beyonce. They got 3 kids.
You're right.
And because I came from a broken home, and when my father left my mother, we were devastated. I'm not saying my mom, to me, my mom loved my dad. My mom was a good mom. She was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. She did the best she could do. But yet, when you're a kid, you don't see the discrepancies. You just see daddy loves you, mommy loves you. You don't see the whole big picture. At least I know it was kept from us. It's just one day my daddy never came back. He left and never came home. And next thing I know, we had to move with my grandmother's house. And that's where the hell began, because that's where I was introduced to a haunted house.
Yes, and if you briefly want to hear that story, you can look back at the old, our last live stream that we did.
One day I'm going to tell the story, because we want to write a book about it.
Yes, we do.
But one day I want to tell a story. I will tell the story if people say, if I can get 100 people that says I want to hear that story, I will sit, and only 100. I will have a Saturday and sit here and tell you my story. But I would have to have at least 100 people. I'm not greedy. 100 people is enough. But nevertheless, so what did you say about the ship?
Yes, that Beyonce is choosing to move forward, but also looking at the bigger picture, and if this will be a financial, well, at least the way I see it.
It is. A ship has to do with commerce.
Right, if it's going to be a financially good decision for her to leave her husband.
Well, she's left him, allegedly.
Right, okay, well, if it's a financially good decision to divorce her husband.
She'll never be broke. Neither one of them. It's just that, can you imagine all that money?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I can't. But to think about,
that's why I asked you. Can you imagine?
To think about leaving behind all that money, that's like half the financial support revenue coming in.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're thinking about the kids.
And look, they toured together. They had music together. They made. I just hate to see this. Mm-hmm. But if Jay-Z, he needs to come down. For real. What do you think about the well?
The well.
How would you relate it?
Well, actually, honestly, I would see it as this emotionally.
Look at her, guys.
This.
Go, baby Crone. Teenager Crone. Go ahead, teenager Crone.
Yes, you ain't elevated.
She elevating. You'll always be my baby. I call her baby Crone because she's my baby. But I'm going to call her Miss Grown Up Crone over there. Go ahead, Miss Crone. Read it.
All right. Now, the well could show that this relationship or marriage has...
Okay, and you know what here? Oh, here.
Okay, has weighed down Beyonce emotionally.
That's 41. And then let's see how good she is.
Okay.
Work with us. It's like, I mean, I know this is a long read, but it's just me being entertaining right now. And I want to hear what Baby Crone going to have to say about the well.
Yes, but emotionally, Beyonce is weighed down by this decision in her husband.
What does it say about the meaning of the well with this deck?
Yes. What number was it?
41.
41.
That is not a Letterman. Letterman's only go up to 36.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay because they added more cards. So.
Right. Okay. Well, the well means looking deeper in an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It could also mean wishes and resources. And I love this one.
Yeah.
Healing.
Yeah. Yep. You got it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, at the end, how would you sum this up?
Oh, everything's going to work out in
Everything's going to work in her favor. Everything is going to work out. But I think, for me, I think she needs to lead this.
Yeah.
You all know, if they get back together, God bless them. But if they get back together, they have to get back together and love and holiness, like a holy matrimony. Being loyal, being faithful, forsaking all others that don't mean your marriage good. Be it another woman, be it another man, mean it mama, brother, sister, whoever is coming up against your establishment, you can't hang with no more. I truly believe that. Because if I'm married to you and I love you and you love me and I got people that don't like it, I can't walk with you. Mm-hmm. You my sister, you my brother, you my best friend, but I got to do it my way. And if you love me, you would just love me and not judge me. And just be there for me. That's how I try to be now. So with that being said, with Beyonce, at the end of the day, Beyonce left. It's like a bittersweet. This is so hard, but I saw it on her face. And I'm going to say this, and I didn't want to say it. When I seen Beyonce's face, her face looked puffy. Mm-hmm. Her body is small. So to me, that's a fake, in my opinion. Don't judge me. It just could be the camera, but I'm just saying what I saw. She looked puffy, like somebody who drink a lot. And because her body was small. Right. But she looked great. But then I said, her mother got a big face. But it was not Beyonce to ever had this puffy, swollen face. So I think she was drinking a little too much. And I think that it was showing in her face. If you don't believe me, look, I'm not taking nothing from Beyonce at all. Right now, I am Beyonce's friend. And right now, my heart goes out to her because it has to be horrible to hear what she hears. Knowing that your sister already done warned you, knowing that your girlfriends, knowing that you done stayed. How long they been married? Oh my God. What was it? Has it been 15, 20 years? They've been married for a long time. Am I right? I don't know why lipstick don't stay on me.
They've been married since 2008. I will get the number for you. 2024 minus 2008. They've been married. Oh, you was close. 16 years. Well, this year will make 16 years.
Okay.
So they made it 15 years before.
They made it. They made it, but you know what? But if this is what it's going to be, she needs to leave. If he's going to continually cheat and lie, why put yourself out for more STDs? Go ahead, baby. Card.
Yes, my question is, because the last card was time. And we're talking about how much time she has put into this relationship.
Yes, and it's hard.
So maybe could mean time for her to move on, or the time has expired for the relationship.
It's time to it's time to move. And especially when I think of a navigation, it shows me that you're in the dark. You see? So when you're lost, you're in the dark, you can't see. So to me, it's like she's trying to get out of the dark. And she went home to her mama house. And I just hope that whatever she reflects and sees deep inside, that she finds a healing within herself. Unravel yourself, because if it comes out, I don't want you going down with that man, Beyonce. Find yourself. But the cards does say that in the end of all of it, whether they get back together or whether not, because a divorce is pending with them, she says she needs time. Now that lets me know this is a woman who really, really loved that man. She loves him, but he has not been a good boy. And you know why? You can't be good when you're corrupt on the inside. When your heart is wicked, it's wicked. You can only fool people but for so long, because who you are is eventually going to show up. And I think she's really seeing, and I'm seeing the background of all these people that I shiver and horror to see what's going on. Well, I just wanted to stop by, give a little reading. I know it's a little long, but I wanted to give a little reading and let you know what was going on. And Beyonce is in a darkened place right now. But she's safe because allegedly she's home with her mom. And right now, until these things clear up about Jay-Z, I think Beyonce is on the run. I think she said, I am not going to get tied down with this. No, enough is enough, baby Crone.
Yes, all baby Crone would like to say is that if any of the little munchkins, crows, and chickens out there did find this video interesting,
please,
and you want to make your comments,
please
comment, but also join us live on January 27th to call in and share your opinions.
Because we're going to have open lines, because I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, about all the people.
We're going to talk about this, so I want to hear. And one of the things I really want to discuss is, what is a plant?
Yes.
What is your opinion of a plant? And and I'm not talking about a plant, like an
industry plant.
An industry plant. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all of this. So we're looking at about another week.
Yes, 10 days from today.
So please join us so we could do it. And like I said, it just seemed like this whole reading is about moving on, cleaning house, and moving on, like bittersweet, because this reminds me of a death. Not like formaldehyde did, but a death of something dying to, and I guess to grow again. I guess she said, I don't want this life. So we'll see. And like I said, what was I saying?
You was just talking about how Beyonce is in love with Jay-Z, but also she has to look out for herself.
And one more last card before I go. I want to do a quick read. These are baby Crone. She gave me these cards.
I'm sorry, guys. I could not.
And since it's always been suspect between Oprah and Gail, I think I could use them.
Okay. Yes.
These are, what kind of cards are they? Baby Crone gave me these cards.
I did. They're called the Modern Witch Tarot. And it's exactly that. It's tarot, but modernized.
I want to know, is Oprah Winfrey, can she be trusted? And I want to know the truth. They already been shuffled, so I'm just going to, they hard though. Let's see what we got. We got the Hermit.
Okay.
We got the Seven of Swords. And we got the Hierophant. Woo! Woo! Cha! So what we got the Hermit, this is somebody who seeks secrets, who seeks knowledge, who seeks spiritual gain. Anything that can make them powerful spiritually. They seek that. Also, here's a 7. This is somebody who will steal. This is somebody who will lie. This is somebody that will do what they got to do to stay on top. And the Hierophant. This is also somebody who is about conformity, who's like, if you don't conform and you don't do it my way, this is somebody who will play dirty. And this is what they saying. She's saying that what's his name? Katt Williams, keep your name out my mouth. This is a dark soul. Be careful with Oprah. She's backed by Hollywood elites. When I say that, she's backed by white Hollywood. Be careful of Oprah. Yes.
Yes. Is she in a relationship with Gayle?
Yeah, they're the best of friends.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. As long as I've known Oprah, oh my God, I've known Oprah when I was a young girl. So I knew Oprah while I was living home with my mommy. Damn, Oprah, you put out that Jesus, Oprah. You know, because I'm from Baltimore, so she used to do the news here.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Oprah go back. That's what I'm saying. It's like I know of her. One time I met her in the bathroom. We were at the Gatsby's at a club, and she was in there. And when she came in, she was in there with her mother. She had on a leather. They had on fur coats, and her mother had on a fur. She had on a fur. She had on a blue coat, and she had on this blue beautiful dress. And she's short. She's short. I think she's shorter than me. And when I saw her, she wasn't big. She was just. We were all in the bathroom, and no one said anything. We were just all like we was trying to act like we don't acknowledge her. And she said, "Hello, ladies." And her mother was like, "Hi." And she washed her hands and she left the bathroom. And when the door closed, we was like, and that's how it went. So anyway, that's my reading. Did you have something to say?
No, I did not have anything to say.
Sunflower